Hi and welcome to Behind the Scenes with Remington Park. My name is Aubrey and today I'm interviewing Dale and we're going to talk about his announcing of the races. So can you tell me, what was it like calling out your very first race?
My very first race here at Remington Park was a surprise to me because the announcer at the time came down with the flu. He kind of had the flu all morning long and was trying to fight through it. But when race time came up around 1 o'clock, 1:30, whatever it was that day, it was a Sunday, about an hour before the first race, he became ill, went to see, we had a nurse at the time, or an EMT, and they called up and said, we're sending him out, you or someone else will call the races. I'm like, okay. And so, luckily, I was kind of prepared for that mentally.
Yeah.
And I had done a lot of play-by-play in my past life in radio. And horse racing is a different type of play-by-play. It's a sport, it's a play-by-play. The difference is the players, the horses, change every 20 minutes or so, whereas in a basketball or football or baseball game, you have 2 to 3 hours talking about the same players over and over and over. So that's the difference. So I was kind of ready for it, and luckily it was a longer race at 870 yards. The name of the winning horse was Jack Morris, I remember that.
Amazing that you remember
and
that.
There was only 7 or 8 horses in the race, so that made it easier on me to settle in. And then as the day went on, I eased into it better and better. So I didn't have a lot of time to prepare or think about it, so that was probably a good thing.
Yeah, but you got it done.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's good. So can you tell me a little bit about your process, what you do when you first come in to, get ready for the races?
When I get ready to do the announcing part of the job, basically I get the programs out and get the changes from the jockey's room, where the jockeys change or the horses are scratched or so on and so forth. Get that taken care of. Get that information out to who needs it. And then we start about a half hour or so before the first race with the National Anthem. After the National Anthem, I come on and give the changes that everybody needs to have on their program to be ready for the night. Okay. And then make a couple of other announcements. And from there, just ready to go. Wait for the horses to come out for the first post parade, and at that point, try to memorize names, look at them, and you get about 5 to 8 minutes after the post parade to get the names down before they go to the starting gate.
Oh, cool. So it's a lot, actually, to get prepared for it, just a little bit.
Yeah, it's a little bit of time, a lot and a little bit of time. It's a good way to put it,
Yeah. So can you tell me what keeps bringing you back to horse racing year after year? You said you've been here for 20 years, so what about it specifically just keeps bringing you back?
I love it. I love the game of it. I love the sport, and it's a specialty type sport. Not many people can do it or know it.
Yeah. And
the more I got to know about it, the more intrigued I became into horse racing and more interested in horse racing, even before I came to Remington Park. And then I still learn something every day. Almost every day I would say I learned something I didn't know, and I've been here over 20 years now.
That's
so
amazing.
It's a good thing. It's every day you learn something different. It's a season-long drama. The quarter horse season, the thoroughbred season, it's 50 to 65 days roughly, and the season unfolds and different things are happening. Different jockeys are doing well or taking the lead in the jockey standings. Trainers are moving up. A horse wins 2 or 3 races in a row. There's always something happening to keep it interesting.
Yeah. Well, thank you, Dale, so much for joining us today on Behind the Scenes at Remington Park. It was a pleasure to meet you, and I hope to see you around Remington Park sometime.
I'm usually right here in this little bitty room, so I'm easy to find.
Okay, I'll come visit you.